Oh, well, welcome back my gardening friends to a new growing season, and I would like to do a comparison between my carrots grown outside in the raised box to the comparison of the ones grown in the polytunnel. So let's take the cover off. The cover's there to stop the carrots getting wet and splitting. The only thing is, when you wash them, you have to limit the amount of time they're in the water itself, because the carrots will absorb the water quickly and crack whilst cleaning. Not a problem, because you're going to cut them up anyway, but it's just a thought. We haven't got many carrots left in this box now, for obvious reasons. They're outside. I want to get them used up as soon as possible. This is my marker, tells me roughly where I've got to. We took a lot of these carrots out for the show carrots at Malvern, and I should be just taking them out as they come. I have noticed that we are getting a lot of damage now. Now that's whether the actual carrot root fly is actually in the soil before we started. But this year I'm not going to net it, because by netting up the sides, if the moth grub comes out of the soil, gets trapped inside, it's going to devastate all our carrots. And that's my personal opinion. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to take too many, because they soon go soft, but I think these are still quite firm, which is what we're after. There isn't too many fibrous roots on these. We'll get these cleaned up, and you can see these 5 carrots compared to the ones that I pull from in the polytunnel. So let's go in there now. As you can see, it's a bit of a dumping ground, but it's been so wet that I've had to bring some of the pallet collars in, etc., and store these pallet bits. They're my overwintering tomatoes, where I slice them up and pop them straight into the compost, showing that again in the new season, how we harvest them. So there's the carrots. Let's go and get set up. We've got a little bit tight for space here, but I think you can be able to see this. So we've used 1 bay. There's 3 bays left. There's approximately 40 carrots per bay. We space them out to about 6 inches, 5 inches apart, to give them plenty of growing room. Some have been taken, but other than that, there's probably 120, 130 carrots still in here. So 40, 80, 120, so yeah, 110 carrots. And I'm hoping that these will last me well into March and April. These are a lot deeper now because I've mulched them, so we've got about 6 inches of mulch to help them. Now these carrots got far too dry and they didn't perform as I would like them, but they're still decent carrots. We'll find that out as we pull them out. These are a little bit hairier, but they may be looking for moisture because it is quite dry in here. As you can see, that's quite dry, but it's preserving the carrots. Maybe slightly rubbery, but there's no moisture in here. So we've pulled 5 carrots from there. They're a little bit hairier, but they've both put on the growth. What we don't want too much growth, but I will take all these tops off again to try and stop them from growing anymore. And we've even got damage here, and I'm not sure whether that may be the carrot root fly grub. Not overly sure, but some clever person out there may be able to Google it. But yeah, there's the grub, and it's in a place where we normally get our carrots eaten, so that will lay dormant in this bed when it comes out it'll have another go at the carrots. That's why we crop rotate, so we should be 4 boxes away, but we grow our carrots in the boxes regularly in the same place, so we just have to be careful of that. But there it is, and I will have a little search on Google to see if that's exactly what it looks like. We'll let it settle, and I'll try and get a close-up of it. So there's our little friend. I'm not going to stick my fingers in front of it. It took a while for it to even try and focus. So I'll be looking that up. And don't forget, while you're watching my videos, always check out the comments. There are other creators there that do good videos, and they always give good comments as well. And don't be frightened to join in with the comments with your suggestions of what you do and how you protect your carrots. Now, I have tried to store some in the loose compost over winter, but they all went soft, so this is the way I find works for me. May not work for yourselves, but it's all trial and error. That's what I'm up to, and I like to share my experiences. So it's goodbye from me, and it'll be definitely goodbye from him for now. So we'll look at the carrots outside now. It might be just these aren't as damaged, but obviously we've got one small one. A little bit of damage at the bottom of that one. Again, telltale signs of grub action, and I will be having a little look to see if I can find any more. Again, and it always seems to be at the bottom of the carrots. That may be because the grub's already in the ground, but I always find my carrots always tend to be damaged at the bottom. But we've still got a hell of a lot of carrot left, and we always cut the end off, guys, so not too much to worry about with that. So these are the ones from inside. A few little tails on them. They are a little bit small. I'll put them all together in a bit, but no damage at all on those 3. No damage on that one, and of course we've already seen the damage on that one because we've just looked at that grub. There's a little mark there. Might just have a little dig in there, but other than that, the carrots outside are bigger. The actual, ooh, come here. The material is all the same. It went into both, and that can be seen in my playlists under the Polytunnel raised beds. A series of videos there, how I built them and what we used. And I still haven't got it right because I've still had carrots fork outside, not so many inside. So that may have been the mix, but there'll be more of this spent compost we get. Talking about spent compost, let's go and have a look at a few more finds. So these are my triple compost bins, and now they're quadruple, if that's the correct phrase, but there's 4 bins here now, and this is the narrower one. And some of the finds, I've got a sheet with that profile and 2 sheets with this profile. I'm not fussed about how it looks, it's how well it performs. It will be sloping from left to right, into guttering, all the way down here, and there should be enough room then for 2 barrels here to collect the water. So this is the new leaf mould bin, so all the leaf mould, and from 2018 is I've got a bag and a half left. Now it was in the wheelie bins, and yes, the top looked fine. You've seen me show you many times the quality of the material, but at the bottom it was very wet. So I'm hoping this will now drain down to the bottom. I'll put a sheet of plastic at the bottom, but the moisture should be able to run away and the worms should be able to get in and out as when they please. But I still made it a little bit too big. But hopefully I can keep this bin topped up. throughout the years I collect the leaf mould. I'll just have to collect more, guys. So that was an excellent find, just at the right time. Gives me another project to do. Whether that's a January job, February, not sure. But we don't want high winds picking these up, so I might need to fasten them down properly. But we've got lots to do. The caravan awning, that's doing its job. That was a previous find. That's keeping the parsnips reasonably dry. I found this sheet of very thin ply, but I think this will be ideal at the back there as well, where the wind and rain can come in, and just a bit at the front, just to keep the cardboard reasonably dry. So that's a useful piece of free timber. And of course, a video of mine wouldn't be the same without another compost find. This is what the cannabis growers use. They use these cloth sacks. They buy lovely cocoa coir compost. They grow the plant, and then they unscrupulously dump it down lanes or wherever. And if I spot it, I pick it up. And I'm going to be using more of this. It doesn't look like they had a very good grow, because there's not many roots in it, and these won't take much getting out. I'm not too fussy with it. It won't stop the carrots, but they're 39 litre bags, so 30 litres in each. You add it up, guys. And then there was some other bits of compost, but some had actually got the clay balls in, which I'm not overly struck on, but it's ideal material at the bottom of my new raised beds to add a little bit of drainage and retain the moisture. So if you'd like to follow my allotment journey, and maybe you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Please comment, lots of comments. I learn from the comments. I watch my fellow creators who reply to my comments, and also who comment on my channel. I subscribe to over 300, can't watch 300, but those that interact will get my view, and that's the way I learn. I don't learn just I don't know everything. I just pick up things and put my own spin on it. And yeah, so consider subscribing, liking, thumbs up please, thumbs down, we don't mind, it's all interaction. And if you're wondering where Bill and Val, two plots of heaven, has disappeared to, the channel, they've taken the channel down. And if you want more details, pop over to Ronald Shaw car park growing area. That's Ronald Shaw car park growing area. He's got all the details of the reasons for the channel to be took down. Happy gardening to you all. Again, we've probably said it many times, a happy new year and an excellent growing season to come to you all. And let's share everything we do so that we can be better gardeners. Till next time, my friends, ta-ra for now. And while I'm remembering, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 PM, and the occasional one in between, just to keep it regular. And on Sunday, or my next video, will be on the January jobs for my plots. Ta-ra, my friends.